Righto guys, and a request to how I put my roller guns together. Got a quick tutorial for you. Here we have a 1.1 alloy roller consisting of a MVD roller muzzle. I really like the Omar handles just because they're all stainless. There's next to no plastic in them, nothing to fail. Spearmaster reel, obviously Spearmaster mount, which is the same as the Rob Allen, I believe. Now this one's obviously all together. We've got another one here I want to put together for you. A big trick in my opinion is the Bochet Revolution shafts, simply because they have the sliding ring on them. And for those of you who have used rollers will know that if it's attached down here, where it's conventionally attached with the mono, when it shoots, the shaft will go, creating a big loop of mono. And quite often when it pulls through the muzzle, after the wishbone's gone tight, it'll pull the mono, pulling the shaft off course, not going where you want it to go. So I just use the Bochet Revolution shafts with the sliding ring on them. Awesome shafts. Never had a problem with them. Rock solid. Had some huge bends in it, but stick it back in the gun and it's still dead straight. Easy to sharpen though. Quite often hit a few of the old rockfish. She needs a bit of a tickle up, and being a three angled shaft, it's easy to give a quick tickle up with a file. The only downside of using the sliding ring is we have no rest tab in the middle for loading it. So due to that, I quite often use a load assist, which I'll show you shortly. But yeah, just a high quality rubber MVD roller head, as I said. Any tube gun at the end of the day will be the same. Yeah, roller muzzle may vary in dimensions, but it's still going to do the same thing. Now as you can see here, I've used the reel mount as my anchor point for the rubbers. I've only recently started doing this. They used to go through the handle, but putting it here, it allows you to release the weight off the rubber. So if you're storing it, travelling, just pop it over and there you have it. No weight on your rubbers, not taking the life out of them when you don't need to. Now also with the sliding rings, because obviously your mono's attached here as opposed to the end of the shaft, you do gain an extra wrap with the mono. And those of you that have used a roller will know that a little gun is giving a hell of a lot of power, and you quite often can take a lot longer shot than what you would with, say, a normal 1.1, even with double bands. So yeah, that extra wrap is really good. Huge benefits to that. And the other thing with a sliding ring is, as you can see here, the mono, it actually holds the shaft in place. Not sure if you can see in that shot there, but the sliding ring sits perfectly on the end of the muzzle. There's a nice flat surface for it. The end of the sliding ring is flat, making half of it sit on the muzzle, and I mean that's quite a bit of pressure to push that up there, and it's not getting anywhere near hitting the wishbone. Another really good thing, good advantage with using the Bochet Revolution shafts in roller guns. Due to them only making 3 Revolution guns, you've only got 3 different shaft lengths. Can't remember off the top of my head the exact lengths of them, but as I say, this is a 1.1. Shaft's perfect, not too much overhang, and it works good. This one here that we're going to put together in minutes, a carbon 1.3, obviously that's the big shaft, and then also put together a couple of 80cm guns with the smaller revolution shaft, which works really good as well. Big power for a little gun when Viz isn't terribly good. So that's the three sizes you can go for, and at the end of the day, an 80, a 1.1 and a 1.3, there's not much you're not covering with a spear gun. You're getting good variants even with blue water. You can, at the moment, these have got 16mm rubbers in them. I've tried 18s. 18s just don't seem to work terribly well, just too much power, getting quite a bit of shaft whip, and you just lose a bit of accuracy. But this only dropping down to a 17.5mm rubber does work really good. So with the 1.3 and 17.5mm rubbers works a treat. Now the other big thing that I'll get to is the maximum amount of rubber on a gun. Now as you can see here, it goes all the way back to the reel. If it wasn't a real gun, I'd have it through the handle and all the way back to here with the likes of a clip off a bungee, just those clips, just so you can still release the weight off your rubbers. But that way there, it works really good. Just pop it straight off and away you go. And being a real gun, you've got that attachment already on there. Righto, now we'll look at this. We'll assume that you've already put your rubbers together. Maybe get into that in another tutorial. But your rubbers through your muzzle. Just your piece of Dyneema, 2mm Dyneema. As I say, these rubbers have already been put together. If you're not sure how to do this, there's plenty of other tutorials on YouTube of how to assemble rubbers. Now, a big thing I think is tapering off your rubbers. I just use an angle grinder. Hold the angle grinder and just turn it around, and you're done in no time. Once again, using good quality Dyneema, it lasts a hell of a lot longer than the cheaper stuff. And I mean, when you're away, you want maximum life out of your gear. You don't want to be replacing stuff when there's a big fish swimming around or whatnot. So there we have that. I like to keep them nice and short, simply because when they're through the muzzle, you want everything sitting up. Now that's it, done, simple as that. So as you see that there, tied through the muzzle there. Once again, bringing that down behind the reel mount. As simple as that. I cut that one a little bit longer so she'll get shortened up, but that's pretty simple. I'll do that later on. Now, as I was saying, a load assist. A lot of people don't like them. I've found mine really good. They have lost a couple, but I've got sort of 5 or 6 of them made. A couple on the boat, a couple in the dive bag, a couple in the truck. That's it, just there. Dyneema, bit of rubber, doesn't even need to be. It's not terribly stretchy, that stuff. Just a bit of fuel hose will do. Something that is nice and thick. You see the walls on that are probably 2 to 3mm. The important thing is these hooks here, they are made out of spring steel, simply because there's that much pressure on them, they will just straighten straight away. So yeah, actually this gun here, the shaft, the Bochet Revolution shaft, hasn't actually turned up yet. That'll be here in a day or two. But as you see there, that's assembled, ready to go. Pretty simple really. There's a lot of a lot of hype around roller guns and tube roller guns, that they're hard, they're awkward, nothing's easy. But as you see there, it's pretty simple really. And with the load assist just underneath the wishbone, as you can see, this is a 1.3, so it is a big gun, but there you go, there, it's done. I pull that back pretty simply without a rest tab. Now I'm not just going to let that go because obviously I'm inside, so back on the load assist and down you go, as simple as that. So yeah, and then the end of your day, the end of your trip, packing the gun away, just take the weight off the rubbers. Now, as you can see there, it is quite a way away from the reel mount. I'd be inclined to shorten this up, but that's pretty simple, just cutting your tie and shortening it up, probably down, if both rubbers were sitting at about there, sort of 2 inches away, that's really good. As I was saying before, the maximum amount of rubber on the gun is the trick. I mean, there's no point in my point of view, there's no point having your rubber stop here. You've got all this wasted barrel that you could be having another 250 mil of rubber, giving you more stretch, more pull, more power at the end of the day. So that's that. Obviously, when we go back to the other gun, it has got the shaft in it. Attaching the mono to the sliding ring, as you do any gun. I mean, it's the same as attaching it to a shark fin tab down here. There's nothing special about that. So we go from the sliding ring around to the line release, back around the little tab, the MVDs, or any muzzle's going to have. I mean, you can wrap it up around anything here, as long as it's going to release nicely with no tangles. Back down to the line release again, so there's your second wrap, and then through the eye they've just got on the end of them, then attaching to the rubber, just there, and then back to the reel. And obviously, if you don't have a reel, you'd have a breakaway set up, so then you'd, after the turn, as opposed to going to the bungee, you'd go straight back to your line release again and then away to your breakaway. But as I've got here, onto the bungee, just there, through the eye and back to the reel. And if you don't want the reel or breakaway, your bungee, as any conventional gun, will just attach to that ring there. And obviously there's no need for any line to be running through that ring if the bungee is attached there, or if it's a breakaway, it just does an extra turn. As you can see, there's heaps of room on that. I mean, you'd probably get another 4 wraps if you wanted to. Same with these Omar handles. I mean, there's heaps of room on there. There's no need for it any more than 2 wraps. You've got heaps of mono on there. I think this has got well over 6 meters from the end of the muzzle to the shaft, and that's a pretty long shot, as anyone will know that shoots a spear gun. So yeah, that's that. Any questions in regards to anything specific, send us a message, and I'll try and help you out as much as I can. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.